everybody, welcome back to Whiskey's Adventures. How's everybody doing? Doing awesome. Super excited about the trip I'm on tonight. I'm on a one-night trip. I drove out here to Uwharrie National Forest. Been here one other time, enjoyed it, so I have to come back. I'm gonna be going about roughly 2 miles down the Dutchman Trail. I'll let you know once I get to site how far it really is, because I'll track it on my GPS. But when I was looking on the maps and planning my trip for this weekend, from what I came out was roughly about 2.5 miles, something around that time, or that frame, to get where I want to camp at tonight. Supposed to get down to low at 21 tonight, and today's highs are only mid-30s. Current time is about 12:38 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna get geared up. I'll bring y'all back when we're on the trail. Got some shout outs I want to give to some of my subscribers that sent me some things. We'll cover all that later in the video, but should be a fun trip, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get out, get everything on, get all ready to make this hike because it is cold outside, and get my GPS turned on. And once we get on the trail and start walking in, I'll bring y'all back. So holla at your boy. It's gonna be a fun weekend. Y'all stay tuned, all right? All right, y'all. So the last time I was here, there's a camp spot right here behind me that we camped at. So, and here's my running water right here next to me. I am, how far in the trip I am? 2.3 miles in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross this creek, and there'll be another campsite directly to my right here. And I'm gonna cross it, I'm not staying right here. There's a spot last time I was here that I spotted that's maybe 20 to 30 yards off the trail. No, I'm sorry, probably 100 yards off the trail, but it's hidden. And it's up the creek line, and the water like does a horseshoe around it. And that's where I'm gonna go. So this creek bed's right here next to me. I'm gonna follow up, and there's a hidden campsite back here. As long as nobody's already got the idea of taking it, it's gonna be mine for the night. So I'm about to be at the campsite for the night, I hope. If somebody did take it, I've got 2 empty campsites that are directly behind me. And I'm down in the valley. I have 3 different hills. No wind, plenty of wood laying around, plus dead standing everywhere. This will be perfect. Gotta do some climbing over some logs here. A little harder to do with all this weight on my back, but it doesn't look like anybody's here. Campsite's empty. Oh, this is awesome. We got right at the campsite. Check this out. Fire ring right there. Pretty cool. Actually, there's 2 fire rings in here. There's one right here, it's already established. There's one right here, and then the creek runs all the way around me. So I'm gonna set my tent up somewhere around in this area. So let me get the camera set up and get everything set up and get this rucksack off my back. I'll be with you all here shortly. I got the hiking bike Zion 1-person tent. A Tower Crew sent this to me as a gift. This came in this week, and they also sent me a 4-inch it's an R value of 5 sleeping pad. The tower guys that sent this to me is Zach and his boys. They're out of Texas. I worked with them probably 7, 8, 9 years ago on the T-Mobile project down in Puerto Rico. And that's who sent it to me. So much love to those guys. Hadn't heard from them guys in a long time. They reached out not too long ago. Honest to note, without me knowing what he was after, he got my address from me because he wanted to, long story short, he wanted the address. He said he was going to send me something, but he didn't tell me it was nothing like this. I figured he was going to send me something, you know, who knows? I didn't know what he was going to send me, but this is what he did, him and his boys. So big shout out to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. The nice thing about this tent is I did a lot of looking at it before I got out here today. This set can be set up in 3 different ways. I'm doing every part of it to this trip, but you can just do the to freestand, just to post with the rain fly for like this time of year where you don't need the bug net and stuff. And it comes with the ground mat and the whole 9. But I'm gonna set the entire tent up today and use every aspect of it, the screen net and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up behind me. So you guys kind of watch and see how this goes together. I'm gonna open the bag here. Comes a little strap that I didn't put on last time. I'm gonna throw that in the bag. So here's your rain fly. Nice green color so it blends into the forest. This is the bug net and the tent part. Post, stakes, and then this is the ground mat. We're gonna get the ground mat out, so we're gonna set that up first. And the nice thing about the stakes with this tent, dump them right there. And it comes with cordage too. It comes with this little puck. So when you push the stakes into the ground, it doesn't hurt your hands. I thought that was ingenious. Now the screen. Super lightweight post. It's all one pole system, man. It's really cool. All right, folks. So let's do an outer perimeter. I got the door propped open. That's your vestibule, if I'm saying it right, your porch. I'll just call it a porch because I ain't gonna pronounce it right. So it's not a very big one, but it's big enough for a rucksack to be in there. There's actually one back here, but there's no zipper on this side. It's a 1-person deal, but it's all green. It blends in with the background. For 1 person, you got the ground sheet, which the post and everything sets in. So you got 2 hooks down here. You got the tent itself, the thing goes through, and the ground sheet. So if you got rid of the tent part, the screen part, these posts will still go in there, and so it'll be just the ground sheet. So it's like tarp camping, so to speak, without this, which is perfect for this time of year with no insects and things that can bite you at night or whatever. But because I've never used it, it's a brand new tent, I wanted to have it all. So I wanted to use the actual enclosed tent, not to mention in each corner, it's got a little net to store things in. So multiple storage locations for a 1-person tent. It's also got the net up here and then a hook for a light. Now I'll obviously drop one that's down and use the hook for a light, but you can also sit your phone up there and watch TV that way. Even though I use my tripod, you can put it down in the corners, whatever. But that's perfect up there. Then you got this little screen thing right here. It almost looks like a doggy door, and it gives you access to this other porch, so to speak, is what I'm calling it. And I guess you can store your gear there, so it's easy access to your gear as well. Most likely I'm not going to, because I'm in and out of my gear all the time, so I won't get it back there where it's hard to get to. I'll probably just store it right up in here. And then of course my rucksack over there's got one of those waterproof things on it, so when it rains, which I'll put on the ground so it doesn't soak up the moisture. Now so this tent is the one of the gifts, and then the other gift I have to dig out of my rucksack, and then I'll get you a good angle and we'll set it up and we'll show you that sleeping pad, so stand by for that. I'm just gonna spell it. It's XYSXHIV. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, as everybody knows I'm not the greatest with that kind of thing. It's on Amazon. I know you can find this on Amazon. I've seen it there when I was looking up the R value. So the R value of this sleeping pad is R5. So it's a 4-season bag. Actually, I'm gonna throw my rope thing in there. There we go. All right, so the good thing about this sleeping pad is make sure everything's closed on it. It's got a pump built into it, so you don't have to use your breath to blow it up. So you want, more so in the winter than any other time of the year, but you do not want to inflate, if you can avoid it, and air your sleep air mat with your own breath. Because all that's going to do is the air inside there in the winter will form ice crystals literally on the opposite side that you're sleeping on, the inside. It makes for a colder sleep. It's outside the comfort of your mat. If having something cushy to sleep on, it's almost cold-wise like sleeping on the bare ground, if not worse. So it's got this little pillow foam thing to blow it up. Now what I'm going to do is it takes about 5, 6, 7 minutes to do this. I'm not going to sit here and record while I pump this thing up. But basically, you put your hand over this. It's got a pad in there. You cover the hole, push down, take your hand off, and it sucks the air back in, and that's how you blow it up. Unfortunately, it does take 5 to 7 minutes. I've blown this thing up at home to check it out. It's pretty comfortable, but it takes a while to blow it up. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and take the time to blow this up. All right, finally got it all blown up. It took about 8 minutes to do it. There's a little pump down there at the foot, a little red thing, little cushion. See, it's full of air. It's about 4 inches thick, and I got my wool blanket underneath of it for an extra insulation value. It fits perfectly in there. Now I just need to get my sleeping bag and stuff in there. So let me get that. So the last toy I got here is this thing right here. I'll bring it up closer so you guys can see how it's spelled, because I'm not going to try to pronounce it. OSMO. All right, so what this thing does, let me grab its protective case. Here it is. Nice protective case, foam in there, keeps everything warm and protected. So on the bottom of it, it mounts to any tripod, camera tripod. And what it is, once you open it up, there you go. You mount your phone, or if you got a camera, they make brackets you can attach your phone or your camera to that go in here as well, which it goes into here. And then once everything's turned on and queued up with your phone or your camera or whatever, when you're walking around, you got that background doing this because you know your natural stride of your walk. This gives it a nice level platform because the gyros in this arm, and down here will keep everything stable. So like in a boat, when you got the back and forth motion, this would canter like this. It would adjust itself and it would, move. The feature I'm using on it, I didn't use this to hike in here because the bad part about this is the battery only lasts about 15-20 minutes and it's dead. And it took me about 6 hours to charge this thing. So that's the downside. With it being weather or winter and it's cold outside, I don't know how long it's going to last. So I wanted to be able to use this at camp. So I didn't use it for the hike in, which is what my brother bought this for me for. The feature I'm using it for, once I get done telling you about it, I'm going to shut down and install it, is it's got a track mode. So once it's all hooked up and on a tripod, I can make it where it tracks me, so that if I walk over there off frame like I did when I was setting up the tent or whatever, or get my sleeping bag or walk over there off frame, I will never be off frame. It'll track me. The camera will turn. If I jump, it'll jump up like this. If I kneel down, the camera will kneel down. It stays cued on me. That's awesome. Again, it's OSMO by DJI, and this is the last gift I got for the channel. So everybody, it's the tower guys and my brother who's donated, greatly appreciate it. I don't ask nobody to do this for me. So when you guys do give something to me, or want me, donate something to me, registered Mountain Dew Fund through the Patreon account, or sending me gear to try out and use, it means a lot to me, because I don't ask for this. This is not why I'm doing this channel, to get free gear and get money for Mountain Dew. I do this to show you my adventures in the outdoors. I love camping out here. I love hiking. I love canoeing. I love the great outdoors, and I figured I want to share my adventures with y'all. But this is cool. Appreciate it, Sean. He's also the owner of this jacket. I'm not a military veteran. This is the United States Air Force. He even got his wings on it still. Brock, last name. My brother gave this to me probably about maybe 12 years ago now, I think. And it's warm. It keeps you dry. I mean, unless you're hiking and you get sweaty, but it even breathes pretty well too. But I love this thing, so I wear it in the winter months to help keep me warm, keep me dry from the elements. So big shout out to my brother for this too. If you got anybody out there no vets, give them respect. Nothing but respect. They signed that ultimate check saying they're going to give their lives if it needs be to protect our rights and freedoms. So I got nothing but mad love and respect for them out there. Most of the males in my family, even some females, of all military or military vets, I got nothing but love for them. My brother and his wife retired after 20 plus years of service. So thank you for the service for anybody that served our military, and greatly appreciate it. Much love to you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the camera down, get this all hooked up, get the tracking feature on, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then I will, I guess when I turn the camera back on, I already have firewood, so I'm going to go ahead and go off and start finding firewood and get me enough over here for the night, and then I'll bring you back when this is all hooked up, and then when I move around camp building fires and everything, it'll track me. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool device here. Howdy, howdy, howdy. We actually recording? Yes, we are. So look at this. Now it's on the track mode. There ain't nobody out here with me. Where'd Whiskey go? Look at that. That's pretty cool, ain't it? All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, behind me I've got let me get over here so the sun ain't in here. Behind me I've got a bunch of wood stacked up, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that stuff off. Yo, all right. So, let me see if it'll track me over here. Perfect. Right here is a stack of wood already processed, and I've got a couple big logs behind me. It's not processed. I'll process it later. I'm getting kind of tired of sawing. I think what I'm going to do now is check what time it is. Let's go over here so the sun's not blocking the camera. It's 3:28, so we got 2 hours and 10 minutes still roughly before dark. I don't really want to start the fire yet, so I think I'm going to do is get my gas system out, and I'm going to get me a hot cup of coffee going, because I could use some coffee. So won't we do that, right? Oh, this coffee's good. Hey folks, it's fire time. So I've got everything I need prepped to get the fire going. I've got a log, right, 3 logs as a base down right here. I've got little wood chiplets that I've shaved off. And I got fine twigs, which they're just kind of falling off right here. And I got a little split wood right here next to me, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So in my fire kit that I always bring out to every camp, that has the shredded paper and the little fire log and all that stuff, there's also a bag of cotton. It's got probably about 30, 40 cotton balls inside this bag that stay sealed up. I've already got one out right here. I'm gonna set that right there. Cotton takes spark faster than you can think. Then I've got my little spark thing here. So I've got everything I need to start a fire right here. So I'm gonna prep my cotton ball. I'm gonna create a little hole in there. I'm gonna move these little chips to the side because they're gonna go on the cotton ball once I get it to take a spark. So here we go. I've been getting requests to start a fire without using a lighter. So here we go. This little thing here is at Walmart. It's an emergency. It works perfect for cotton. Now, if you want to go without firing up a cotton ball, it's a straight, shavings of the wood with, say you didn't have no cotton in the wild, right? This ain't the best ferro rod to use. Obviously, it's about 1 inch long with the little striker. It's half that size, 1/2 inch long here. So it's hard to, you'll see. Either way, I'm gonna start my cotton ball here. That cotton ball just lit up like that. I'm gonna put our little shavings on it. Go ahead and put this away. I've got a little bit of time here. I'm gonna get my little twigs. Everything's wet, so I gotta stay right on this. In all seriousness too, down here in the southern states like South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and all that stuff, cotton can actually be found. So I've used cotton balls, right? So just keep anybody from saying, well, you didn't just do anything that you would find out in nature. Well, down here in these southern states, you can find fields, maybe not in winter this time of year, but you can find fields full of cotton. They grow it down here, so that's a plus. Now, I have earlier, before I started recording, I was trying to start the fire without the cotton altogether. I'm just going to be honest with everybody out there. And I was having, with the wood shavings and stuff, and because the ferro rod's so short, and this may just be an excuse for somebody who has a lot of practice and, you know, with it, but the ferro rod on my little Walmart special here, it's, at best it's 1 inch long. It's tiny. See, it's a little tiny thing. And then the striker is half, so maybe a 1/2 inch. So I was having problems getting the wood shavings to take a spark because I couldn't get enough drag. And once I planned this into the spark, or into it, the dang shavings were up over halfway of my ferro rod. You know, I was having problems. So I was gonna see if I could do it without it and then do it for y'all, but you know, it didn't work out for me. So when I brought you all in, I knew I had to use the cotton today. But you see me, I didn't use a lighter, right? So the ones who have requested me to start a fire without a lighter, there you go, I did it. I'm gonna start practicing this. I'm not gonna lie. I think when I get home from this trip, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a decent sized ferro rod. Maybe. No, I don't. I can't. No, I'm just gonna have to use this one for a while, because actually the first thing I need to buy is I need to get a microphone for my camera. Yes, I seen your comment. I know I need a mic. It's right after the holiday season, so I don't have a whole lot of spare cash laying around. We're still catching up from the holiday season. All right, so. Oh, that's my daughter, Chloe. Tell me she loves me and have fun. Let me respond to her. I will. Starting my fire now. I will call you later. That's my youngest daughter, Chloe. She always worries about me when I go camping. Always. She always reaches out. She's definitely a caregiver type spirit, you know. She's always takes care of people. She's a good kid. Oh, that's her probably responding. She said okay. All right, so I'll call her later. I always call her when I'm out here. Well, folks, I'd say that's a successful fire being built. Oh, Diddy more beef stew, folks. Cooking on the fire. I talked to my wife. She's doing good. She made a good, nice little killing tonight. So that was good with the money, with her job. She told me she went and picked up Sunday night dinner. I think it's lasagna, but I'm not sure. Oh man, let's give a swig of this dew. Probably shouldn't do it after I just took a swig of Mountain Dew, but who cares, right? That's some good wine. I'll save that wine for later. This is the first dew I've had today. Can you believe that? Is it? Is that truth? Yes, that's the truth, because I had a cup of coffee on the way out here. It's my first dew of the day. And it's what time at night? It's 6:13 at night. And I haven't had a dew yet. That's saying something, folks. That is definitely saying something. So while I'm cooking dinner here, I'm gonna go ahead and do the where we talk thing, you know. Try and remember any questions that stand out in my head from last week to this week that I need to handle. I had a comment from Sean about nice jacket, which I already covered that with the camouflage jacket. Subscribers, so covered that. I don't think I had any questions coming this week that I didn't answer that I need to answer here, to be honest with you. Just cooking my Diddy Moore beef stew. Eat my dinner and it will taste good. I'm hungry too. I'm really hungry actually. Extra exertion today's got me hungry. I get my dinner cooked here. Once I pull it off, I'm gonna put the lid back on and set it over here for a minute. And I'm gonna pile a bunch of wood on this fire. Got me a nice little pile stacked up right here that I've got processed. I got a couple big dead standing logs that I knocked down. It was up on the hill and drug down here that stacked up over here that I can cut up. It's bigger rounds. I'll cut those up as I need them. I wasn't going to cut everything up. My arm got tired, to be honest. And I started getting a little bit too warm. So every time I got a little too cold, I'd just cut some wood. Oh, this beef stew looks good. It's real good. I hope everybody had a good week. I know I did. Busy week, but overall it was a good week. I'm glad the weekend's here. I'm glad I'm out here camping. I'm glad I decided to come here. I was debating on going somewhere close to the house again this weekend. And my mind wasn't made up to come here all the way up until this morning. Well, I woke up this morning, I made my mind I was coming here instead of going somewhere close to the house. Had to go somewhere new. Haven't been here in a while, so why not, right? That, and I wanted to check this camping spot out that I'm at now. It's pretty cool. It's about 100 yards off the Dutchman's Trail. It's real nice. Tucked back where water source is, so you got water, which is cool. I've seen 2 other backpackers that came in here that was big old loads on their back, kind of like my loadout. So I know I'm not the only one camping here in the forest tonight, unless they're just practicing for something. But they had pretty big sacks on. They were individuals, like 20, 30 minutes apart. They come in. Then I had a couple joggers that come by. Again, the trail's about that way, about 100 yards. I could see them, but I bet in the spring and summer when everything's all leafed up, I bet nobody on the trail, unless they heard you, would know you were at this camp spot. I don't even know if they noticed me because I was quiet at the time. I was just sitting down, relaxing, enjoying my coffee when they came through. But I'm not the only one out here tonight, or camping in the cold in this forest. I know that. This dinner's just about done. Then what I'll probably do is fill it with water and bring it over here and let it boil to once I'm done eating. Get all the smells out. You know, there ain't nothing in these woods in this national forest I should be worrying about. This is coyotes. Maybe bobcat or something. And I read something about there might be cougars or something in here. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but either way, nothing's gonna mess with me. I'll clean my dishes real good before I go to bed anyway, so. And I didn't bring a bunch of food. I brought exactly what I needed. I mean, I got some oatmeal for tomorrow, and I got some oodles and noodles too, ramen noodles or whatever, in case I want to eat again later tonight. I guess it's about done, folks. Again, nothing fancy, just Diddy Moore beef stew out here. Yeah, that's done. Oh, that hurt going down, it's hot. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put the cap on that, hold in the heat, set that down there on that can. Set that right there. And then I'm gonna stock out the fire some more. Get this back dog ripping and roaring. Some of this wood's wet. I can hear it singing in there. What do you expect though? It's been snowing and raining and snowing and raining. And perfect. Got a nice little root system right here. I want to stay kind of close to the fire right here, so I'm going to sit here and eat my dinner. Diddy more beef stew, nice and warm. Nice. Wife said she was looking for a steak for me to cook out here tonight, but there was nothing in the stores. She said the shelves are empty again. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. I got a cabinet full of Diddy Moore beef stew. So there you go. Can't go wrong with this stuff. You know what I should have brought with me though? Some biscuits, some croissants or something. Oh, the Hawaiian sweet rolls. That's what I should have brought. It's all good. Well, folks, as always, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me eat my whole dinner. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'll hit you up. Or after I get, maybe after I get done eating or whatever. But I'm gonna sit here and eat my dinner, jam out some music. I can't play the music in the background or nothing while I'm recording, because I'll get hit by YouTube with the copyright stuff. So I'm gonna shut y'all down, turn on some music, jam out some music, and eat my dinner. And I'll be back with y'all a little bit later, maybe once we get settled into the tent, because it's dark and it's getting hard to record now. Or maybe we'll have a little chat by the fire. But I'm gonna eat, y'all. Holler at your boy. I will check in with you when I get tucked into the tent for the night, but I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my wine, enjoy this fire, probably reach out to the family one more time and have that conversation with them, and then jam out some music. So I'll check in with y'all when we hit the tent, okay? Y'all have a wonderful time. Go ahead, take you a bathroom break or something, you know? Elevator music. I'm stupid. See the stars. It's a clear night, which means it's gonna be a cold one. See you in the tent, folks. Holla. Hey, folks. So I'm in the tent for the night. I've had a good time out by the fire out there and chat with the wife and the kids and everything else. It is currently 24 degrees and it's going to get down to 18 degrees tonight. So it's 24 now. It'll hit around 18 according to the app I'm using. Around about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and it'll stay that way until about 7, 8 o'clock until the sun pops up. And then it looks like the temperature is going to rise up to the mid to low 40s pretty quick. So that's kind of cool. It won't stay barely cold in the morning way too long. I do got some leftover wood out there. They purposely left out there so I can have a fire tomorrow morning. I have no concern with putting a fire out tomorrow when I leave out of here. I've got a creek that does a horseshoe around my camp here that's got good flowing water in it. So, you know, there's a good chance I'm going to have a fire tomorrow. Overall, it's been a good night, good trip so far. Can't complain. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay down. I'm going to take the recording device off the tripod and put my phone here on the tripod and key into Sopranos and continue watching Sopranos. I'm just about done with it. I'm on, is it season 5, episode 9 or something like that, I think. Because I think there's 6 seasons. I don't know. I know I'm getting close. I think I'm a season and a half off. Who knows? But either way, I'm going to probably cue in Sopranos. I was going to watch Netflix or something like that, or watch some of the guys I follow on YouTube. But I think I'm just going to, continue watching Sopranos. So I'm going to check in for the night. If anything happens throughout the night, I will bring y'all back, obviously. But outside of that, if nothing, there's a good chance I'll just see you in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and get underneath inside my sleeping bag and get all nice and warm and get my Sopranos keyed up and fall asleep watching that. So we'll see y'all in the morning. Holla. Oh, yeah. Sleeping pad is comfortable, I'll tell you all that. Once I crawl underneath the sleeping bag, I should be good to go. Oh. I can't find the zipper on the damn bag. All right, y'all. I'll holler at you. Good night. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? It is 7:48 in the morning. You can see it's bright out there. I'm inside my mummy bag. My sleeping bag staying warm. Had to get up in the middle of the night twice to go pee and about froze when I went out there to pee. It got cold last night, people. It's cold out. You need to get out of the sleeping bag and get a fire going to warm up, move around, but I don't want to get out of this bag. I don't want to, but I need to get up. So, how'd everybody sleep? I slept good. Outside of having to get up to go pee in the middle of the night, I slept pretty good. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up and get a fire going. I'll be back with y'all shortly, all right? This might take a second to get out of the sleep bag. It is cold out here this morning. Oh. It is cold out here this morning, folks. Really cold out here. Wow. Oh. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Well, folks, got a nice warm fire going. It's got me warm back up. Got me a bowl of oatmeal, 2 packs in it. Nice hot cup of coffee. I used to say sludge. It's not Folgers in your cup, but I think I explained on the last video or on a previous video, my wife bought me Folgers instant coffee this time. That way I can't claim it's not Folgers in your cup, because now it really is. Well, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, enjoy the warmth of the fire. Got about 4 little more pieces of wood over there. I might as well throw them on now. Once this is all burned up, that's it. I'm not cutting anymore. I'm not going to cut anymore. That's it. Once that fire's out, it's out. But I'm going to sit here and eat my breakfast and drink my coffee and enjoy the warmth of the fire. Hey y'all, so camp's all broke down. No smoke coming out of the fire pit. As you've seen, I put it out with water. Can't tell I was here anymore. It's like I was never here. I'm gonna start heading out of here. All right, folks. My weekend trip's about to be to an end. I can see the parking lot ahead of me. I'd say it's about maybe 200, 300 yards, if not less. So I'll go ahead and cue you in now. Have my little, at the very end, trip final thought talk. And then when this video is over, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you a snapshot of the GPS information with the mileage and all that. Just be mindful, there is back and forth, so the mileage is off. And that's all for filming purposes, because you know, I'm not gonna go into all that, but the mileage is not exactly accurate. If you come out here and walk the same route that I walked, it's gonna be less. I don't know how much, but it will be less due to filming, what I had to do to capture film and content for my channel. Just the running back and forth. Yeah. Either way, I'm tired. I'm starting to say the same thing over and over, ain't I? Good trip. Really good trip. Really enjoyed myself. Really enjoyed all the gear. I'm gonna next trip, take that Moses or whatever it's called, that tracking thing. I'm gonna get some hand warmers for it and some ace bandages and kind of insulate it. And I got another battery at the house I'm gonna bring out so I can give it a dedicated power source and see if I can make it where it'll still work for me in the winter. If I can't get it to work next weekend, and then I'll just pack it up with my summer gear and I'll use it in the summer months when it's not so cold. Tent really well, sleeping pad, it was good. Only issue is when I was pulling the stop valve of the sleeping pad out to deflate my pad, I had a problem getting it out. It was so tightly sealed. I almost thought I wasn't gonna be able to deflate my pad. I was gonna walk out with it flayed up, but I managed to get it out. So that's the only complaint about the pad, but outside of that, everything else went good. Appreciate you all watching. If you stayed all the way to the end of the video, remember, I have a little snapshot of the mileage, so don't forget about that, okay? So stay tuned. Everybody that's watched, I appreciate it. All my subscribers, we are 89 subscribers right now at the end of this trip. So hopefully we can hit that 100 before I start my next trip, and if so, we'll do a little celebration. Maybe I can get the wife to get some steak and we'll cook something fancy, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll celebrate. But I'm not celebrating until I hit my first goal, which is 100. So if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Whiskey Nation, people. All right, y'all. Until next time, you already know how we all do it. I'm tired. Look, hold on before I cut y'all off. There's the parking lot. Now, hopefully there's nothing wrong with the car. All right, y'all, you already know how we do it. Till next time, holler at your boy. Peace.